Welcome to the first real episode of Indies Picks, where I break down and highlight an indie game that's fairly old and doesn't really fit the indie reviews format. And today, I bring you Oxenfree, a 2D story-driven horror game. You play as Alex, who is currently on a trip to a local island with her lifelong friend, Ren, and her recently met stepbrother, Jonas. Actually, so recently that today is their first day officially meeting. Ren is a socially awkward stoner who is a huge history buff and knows pretty much everything about this little fictional island known as Edward's Island. They meet up with the rest of the group slightly after reaching the island. Here you meet Clarissa, Alex's dead brother's ex-girlfriend. And as much of a spoiler as that sounds, it's really not. You actually find this out in the first 5 minutes, so don't worry about it. I'm not going to spoil you guys on anything. Now, Clarissa is very short and pretty snappy towards your character. She's the classic pretty girl in every horror movie. Kind of a bitch, but she has a kind heart, I guess. At this point, we also meet up with Nona, who is friends with Clarissa. Nona invited Clarissa behind the backs of the other characters to the island. Also, Ren has a huge crush on Nona. They sit around and talk for a bit, and then Ren decides that he wants to go check out the caves. And there's some pretty spooky, weird stuff going on in the caves. You carry this radio over to the caves and can tune into certain frequencies, causing voices, as well as portals to other dimensions to open up. And that's basically as much of the story as I want to tell, because if I start telling you guys anything else, it'd be spoiling you guys on experiencing such an amazing game. Now, let's talk about the actual gameplay for a little bit. Well, Oxenfree is very story-driven, so you can respond to questions and talk with a choice of 3 responses. Pretty much exactly the same as, say, The Walking Dead or Life is Strange. These responses are timed, so you can choose to pick one of them or just skip the whole deal. I was completely involved in the story of this game from the moment I started playing. The character's dialogue usually goes on for a bit longer than the walk time to the next destination, but I always found myself sitting around listening to them talk about nothing that actually directly impacted the story, just because I wanted to learn as much as possible. There are also some items in the world that are highlighted with little circles, and you can click on these to provide more dialogue. And if you watched my Firewatch review, you would know how much I enjoy games that let me learn about pretty much every object in the game. The neat thing about this game in comparison to, say, The Walking Dead by Telltale, is that in this game the choices actually matter. People will actually remember what you say, and it impacts the ending. It impacts which character follows you around for the game, having huge differences. Not just one replaceable character being at the end over, say, another replaceable character. It's pretty neat. You actually end up having to hurt somebody. It's like in real life. You can't win all social situations. Sometimes your end goals don't line up with everyone else's. You can also totally play this game more than once, and it's not like just trying to get a different ending. There are whole different audio options that you can choose, as if the game is stuck in a loop. It's really cool, and I totally recommend you guys to play through twice if you are going to play through. The game was also pretty damn terrifying. There was always this really creepy feel to the whole game. The voices in the radio, the jump scares, and I put those in quotes because they didn't feel cheap and shitty like modern day horror movies. They were there for a reason and had solid backing. It keeps you on edge the whole time you're playing it, and I freaking loved it. You know what? I can't believe I used the keeping you on edge line. Yeah, it's not like this is a review, but it's 100% a recommendation. And I really think you guys should pick this one up. Currently, it's on Xbox One, PS4, PC, Android, and also iOS. And it's launching later this week on Nintendo Switch. We are also giving away 1 copy of Oxenfree right here on this channel. In one frame of this video, there is a key that flashed. Good luck, and if you get the game, make sure to comment in the comments below that you redeemed it. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in our next video coming on Tuesday. We have Indie Reviews Hob, followed by Indie Reviews Cuphead on Friday. Also, you guys should totally subscribe to the YouTube channel if you enjoyed this video. I put out around 3 to 5 videos a week, and I put a lot of effort into them. And it would help me out a ton if you hit the subscribe button. Thanks a lot.